everyone. This is Kritika from Amadevanta Studio. I'm presenting to you yet another healthy dish which is called Puttu. Puttu is made out of ground rice flour and it is steamed and had with all kinds of curries. You can have it with Kadala Curry, white chana curry, green gram curry, chicken curry, mutton curry, anything for that matter. And one of my favorite is banana and sugar. Puttu with banana and sugar. Let's start making the puttu today. Today I am making with wheat flour. As I already told you earlier, there are lots of varieties. People make it with ground rice flour, they make it with ground corn, they make it with ground ragi. And today I am making the wheat variety along with all these ingredients. So quickly let's start looking at the ingredients. Wheat flour, curry leaves, coriander leaves, shallots, green chilies, coconut and salt and some water. Let's start chopping the ingredients and we'll keep it ready for making the puttu. So first I'm taking the shallots. I'm taking a handful of them. We'll quickly start chopping them. The onions are chopped now. Let me transfer them to a plate. Let me quickly chop the coriander. The corianders are now chopped. Let me quickly take the green chilies. Finely chop the green chilies if you don't want the big bites when you're eating the puttu. So I usually chop it very fine. So I get only the flavor and not the big bites. I'm chopping the curry leaves now. The curry leaves are done. Now what we need to do is mix all of these ingredients together. Mix all the ingredients well. The reason we are doing this is because the flavors from each and every ingredient will blend together and taste very nice when you're making the puttu. Now it is the next step, mixing the dough. So today I have taken 2 cups of wheat flour. To this now we will have to start adding water. And we have to be very careful when we are adding the water to the wheat flour because we don't want a dough-like consistency. It has to be like, it has to be mixed so well. It has to be moist. At the same time, it has to be fluffy and loose. It should not be a very tight dough consistency. Let's see how we can do that. So for that, spread your flour. Add 2 to 3 spoons of water. I have mixed well. So now I will add another 3 teaspoons of water. As I said, please be very careful. Even if the water is less, you can adjust it. But if the water is more, then you will have to add more flour. Now I'm going to add some salt. Be very careful when you're adding the salt because if you're having it with some curry, the curry already will have some salt. So this should not overpower the curry. I'm adding another 3 teaspoons of water. In total, I have added 9 teaspoons of water. So before I add more, I want to start using my hand now just to feel the moisture of the flour. It is still dry, so I think I'm going to add another 4 teaspoons of water. And now I'm just going to mix it well. When I try to bring the dough together, I can still feel that it is dry. So I will need another 4 teaspoons of water. I've added 17 spoons of water in total. Also, the quantity of the water depends on the flour. Sometimes it absorbs less water and sometimes more. You can decide accordingly. The consistency looks good as of now, but I do see some lumps in between. Usually the wheat flour puttu will be very soft and fluffy. So we'll just pulse it in the mixie. Be very careful when you are doing this because you only need to use the pulse option. If you use the other side, then you will start getting roundels of the dough, and that is what we need to avoid at this time. So just use the pulse option, which is the left option. You can see this is exactly what we want. Our soft and fluffy wheat flour for the puttu is ready. You can see that it is so beautifully come out. Now, how will you know that the consistency is right is, take a small ball, hold it together. You can see that the moisture is there in the dough, but when you crumble it, it should all crumble like this. Let's start making the puttu now. For that, I will need a cooker and I will need puttu kutti. And puttu kutti is it's a small vessel that has a small slot over here. This slot will have to go on the nozzle of the cooker, and this is how the puttu kutti steams the puttu that is inside. So now let me start. Switch on the stove. Pour a cup of water. Close it. Let's divide the portion of the wheat flour like this. Open the puttu kutti. Fill it with coconut. And now take a handful of the ingredients and mix it in one portion of the wheat flour. And now bring this together on the puttu kutti. Fill it up. And again top it up with coconut if you wish to, but I love lots of coconut, so I'm going for another layer of coconut. It's ready. Let's keep it on the nozzle of the cooker. So now you will have to put this slot. Be very careful when you're doing it, and then increase the flame. It will take 4 to 5 minutes for the puttu to get cooked, and you can also confirm it when the steam starts coming from these holes that the puttu is cooked. Take small portions of the flour at a time while making the puttu, because if you mix all together and then leave it till the time you make the puttu, what will happen is the onions will start leaving water, and then instead of soft and fluffy puttu, you will start having lumps in your puttu. Now our puttu is done. So you can see the steam coming from all these holes. So now let me switch off the stove. Be very careful when you're handling this puttu kutti immediately. Let it rest for some time and then you can handle it. Let me serve the puttu and show you. Our puttu is nice and beautifully cooked. So today I'm serving it with some chana curry, black chana curry, and some papad. So here you go, the puttu is ready for you. Hope you all loved watching this video. I really wish you all try this at home and do leave your comments in the comments box below for me. The link for the chana curry is in the description below. It's a very healthy and delicious curry. So I would really want you to try this as well and leave your comments for me in the comments box. See you! Tips time. Tip number 1. Pour the water to the flour just like how I have showed you. Do not pour it all at once because then you wouldn't get the soft and fluffy puttu that you are looking for. Tip number 2. If you do not get coconut, that's okay. You can avoid it and you can make the puttu without coconut as well. Tip number 3. You can choose not to add green chilies if you wish to, but green chilies do give you a very nice flavor to the puttu.